May 30th, 2020. Protests erupt for the second night in Charlotte over the death of George Floyd. The situation in Uptown escalates quickly at the corner of 4th and Tryon. Officers on the front line dodging an industrial-sized firework or mortar.
Heard somebody yell something, watch it, watch it, watch it.
Watch it, watch it, watch it!
It landed at the feet of CMPD Sergeant Danny Myers.
Saw a bright flash with the explosion. I know now that it was a pink flash, but at the time it was just a very loud light with the explosion. Incredibly loud. Just burst, essentially is the best way to describe it. And the ears were ringing really loud. I couldn't hear anything. I was incredibly disoriented. Didn't really know exactly where I was going.
So disoriented was Sergeant Myers, he says he stopped and took a knee.
Officers came over to help me. I was holding my chin. As I was holding it, I looked down and I was bleeding pretty bad from my chin. I had split my chin open from part of the shrapnel.
But Sergeant Myers' chin wasn't all that was hurt.
At that point, I realized that my shirt had caught on fire. So I had a burn on the side of my shirt, a hole about that big. And I had, I had burns on my side.
One CMPD officer is recovering this morning after minor injuries received during the protest.
He's extremely lucky, and the officers beside him were extremely lucky.
CMPD Chief Johnny Jennings.
And I tried to explain to people throughout that whole process that, we had fireworks that were being thrown at us, and that was an understatement.
I believe there were some chemical agents that were thrown, whether it be paint or bleach, urine, hitting officers with things, throwing batteries, fireworks were going off. A lot of violent acts towards the officers who were trying to hold the line.
There's a photo of the suspect in the mortar attack and a $1,000 reward for his capture. But months later, Chief Jennings says very little has come forward.
It's one of those stories that just kind of got pushed aside because of other things that were brought to the forefront.
What does that say to the level of who did this?
I think that's a very abrasive individual that needs to be held accountable for what he did.
Still disoriented with his ears ringing and second-degree burns on his body, Myers didn't go right to the hospital. He continued to do his job late into that night.
I think I ended up working maybe 5 or 6 more hours that night.
You're bleeding and you're burning after that attack, and you're still working?
Correct.
As gritty as Myers is, he says the toughest part of that night was not nearly being blown up, but coming home to his wife and telling her what happened.
My wife was asleep. It was really early in the morning. And I came in, and the first thing I say is, don't freak out, but I got hurt tonight. And she's awake like that. So I'm putting an old pillowcase on my pillow so I don't bleed all over the good sheets. And I'm taking a shower, and she sees what's happening, and she can see that I'm still bleeding. And she can see the burn on my side like that.
Myers' problems continued long after. He says the ringing lasted for days, and he lost most of his hearing for about 7 months.
I still think I probably have a little bit of issues with it. I have to ask people to speak up a lot, repeat what they're saying.
Police want to bring closure to this case, and they need someone to step forward with any information.
If you have someone that has so little regard for what our officers were out trying to do, these are the same officers that go out and do great things in our communities.
There is a $1,000 reward offer for any information on the suspect in this case that leads to an arrest. Call Crime Stoppers at 704-334-1600. And on a happy note, congratulations to Sergeant Myers and his wife, who just welcomed in their first child, a little baby girl.